Hello everybody, and welcome to another late night horror stream. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm exhausted. Today was even more of a mess than usual. But the next couple of weeks are going to be even more of a mess than usual. I just need sleep. I never manage to get sleep, do I? But it's good to see you, Niftiness and Moosey Fate. And yeah, so tonight it'll have to be a short stream, like, I don't know, hour 20-minute stream. But we'll make at least a little more progress. And thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple of streams, which have mostly been Nancy Drew, and The Curse of the White Wolf, and Killing Time. Warner Brothers, you say, Moosey Fate. Yay! Plenty of time to sleep in the grave. Yeah, you know, I assume so. I haven't spent much time in the grave, so I don't know how often you have to get up. Maybe it's personal preference, or maybe it depends on the circumstances. And thank you for the contribution to the community challenge, Niftiness. We may make it yet. What did we do for Short Horror Saturday? God, I cannot remember. I'm that tired. Oh, it's getting pretty late for you, Moosey Fate. How are you, Zatara? It's okay. Just tired, you know. But good to see you, and let's get right into Killing Time. Recapturing... Oh, thank you for the contribution, Zatara. Studio 3Do. Now I gotta remember which save game it was. It's a fairly large game. It just seems like that because it's not spread out. I mean, I blazed through Doom quicker, but I've been playing that for years. It's your... Oh, thank you very much for the contribution, Moosey Fate, and it's your birthday! Happy birthday, Zatara! I hope you've been having a great one. And you got some awesome loot, too. We are the judge, jury, and executioner. Yes, Time was guilty of many sins, like speeding, for instance. This is the one with the musical number, and let's watch a cutscene. Or two. Hey, it's sexy Lydia coming on to us. Sorry, Lydia, but I kind of have the thing for Tess Conway.
So, Byron, where have you been lurking?
I've been helping
No, we
Tess
already
with
saw
her
that one. Wait, is this the way? We're trying to go back from the library, right? We cleaned it out of gangsters. Never caught time going faster than the speed of time. Well, just wait till you get older. Time will start playing some funny tricks on you. God. Dead Clown City. How much further? Oh shit, is my cam out again? Hold on, chat. Things never seem to work right around here.
Ooh, little friends, Fluff Bomb Cheer Glimmer is back in the house to bring you happy, innocent, and cute games, not like the scary stuff that Purblind Gamer plays. No, today we are going to play Barbie Supermodel on the Sega Genesis. I think we can all agree that that's the sort of wholesomeness that our lives need. What are you doing? No, go back to sleep.
Hello, everybody. It's your old friend Airplane Lion. We can't let the cats take over the stream. Well, I'm something of a cat myself. But today we're giving Purblind Gamer a rest. He frankly could use it. And instead of our regularly scheduled program, we're playing something even more terrifying and disturbing. The War of the Cats. That sounds like an H.G. Wells novel. Or maybe that was World. I get that a lot, but no, sometimes the apex predator must be heard, and with that in mind, we're going to be playing a game about apex predators. Oop, let me turn my camera on. Since we all like scary and violent horror games, it's time to play DINO CRISIS. Well, the prey of the apex predator can be heard. It can be heard getting torn apart. But Purblind Gamer gets upset when I do that to people, at least on our property. He doesn't complain when I do it in the forest. Where did we boot up the game? I hope it runs in a window. Oh, here we are. DINO CRISIS. Oh, this must be one of those title screen hacks that they put on cartridges. They're very big in Russia. Shooting innocent wildlife. Why shoot them when you can eat them alive? You'd had your names changed to Scary and Horror? That's not a bad idea. So this game starts with dinosaurs breaking out of a facility in Europe. Europe's a dangerous place. The dinosaurs start small. I think this is saltopus. Your middle name is Danger? Are you a mouse? You better not let Fluffbomb Cheerglimmer find out. He eats mice. One of the reasons we're not allowed back at Disneyland. But that's okay. Purblind Gamer hadn't been there in years. Though we have limited resources in this game, we have to conserve our ammo. There are a lot of dinosaurs. Funny, we were talking about time passing, and there's time now, right on the screen. Most survival horror games don't have a time mechanism until the later levels. But we have to appreciate the games that dare to be different. Wonder what this was rated when it came out. Probably AO. For adults only. Exactly. Limited ammo and relentless enemies. It's not that common that you get to use corkscrews to kill your enemies in survival horror. But dinosaurs are resistant to bullets. They had very thick skin. This isn't like killing zombies. Did anybody notice what country we're in now? Probably Jakarta. Oh, it looks like Jakarta. Wine bottle zombies. If you eat enough of those, do you get drunk? Time to use our shotgun, chat. Cacodemons? I didn't know they had cacodemons in the days of dinosaurs. Alright, this takes place in the modern day. Don't know how the dinosaurs ended up here. I believe in this game we play a young lady named Regina. Regina Spektor. Which is funny, you wouldn't think that specters would have to worry about dinosaurs. Oh, in the olden days they didn't have people? Having to eat only dinosaurs. I don't know if I would have made it. Still, I imagine that dinosaurs came in a variety of flavors. Look at how many different colors of dinosaurs there are in this game alone. And they can't conceivably have created sprites for every dinosaur that ever lived. Like chicken. I am partial to chicken. But to be fair, lions are partial to most types of meat. The amount of gore when you shoot one of these, or those Allosauruses, it's almost as though they're balloons. Balloons full of blood. Spam diet. No, but that sounds wonderful. Spam's one of the healthier meats, isn't it? That's why it's relatively inexpensive. But lions will eat most types of meats. They're a lot like dinosaurs in that respect. Ever seen a brontosaurus refuse meat? I don't know that I care for these hexagonal dinosaurs. There you go. Oh dear. We've picked up the pepper. Peppers make dinosaurs angry. Next country, Marzipan. Super Hexagon? That must be one of those Super Nintendo games. They were always adding super to the title. Thing is, they weren't always so super. Just like not all the Nintendo 64 games were so 64. Clay Fighter, for instance. Dinos weren't affected by what? By Capcom? No, I don't think so. Capcom wouldn't have anything to do with dinosaurs. That's why Time Crisis was put out by their big rival, Data East, who you might know from such video games as Captain America and the Avengers, Bad Dudes, and Call of Duty 2. Not Call of Duty 1 though. That was made by Atari. All these dinosaurs hiding behind ice blocks. Maybe that's how they survived so long. Any paleontologists in chat who might be able to help us identify some of these dinosaurs? I'm pretty sure that one that just flew past was a Pteranodon, or maybe even 4. Oh dear. There are some paleontologist streamers. Wonderful, so you can learn while watching them play games. It would be funny if one of them played Dino Crisis like we're playing, and could point out all the inaccuracies. Can't help noticing that all these crocodiles are appearing, but doesn't really make sense if crocodiles are descended from dinosaurs. How can they both be alive at the same time? Uh-oh. What's the next country? I think that's it. It's a mule. I don't know if I've ever had mule. They're parallel to dinosaurs? Oh! So that's how they evolved. Not directly. Well, then it makes perfect sense they could both be around at the same time. The more you know. Were those missiles in the background, chat? Ooh, we better hope those don't go off in the dinosaur crisis. Birds came after crocodiles? Were we talking about crocodiles or alligators? Why not both? Oop. Saltopus got me again. Oh, they came later. Too bad they couldn't all be together and be friends. The only remaining dinosaurs are birds or alligators. And of course, those involved in secret government projects. Birds riding on alligators. Of course, some birds also function as toothbrushes. It's hard to tell whether the cacodemons are helping Regina or trying to kill her. Can openers. And here I didn't even know that alligators use birds that way, or ate canned foods in general. Suppose in Dino Crisis, the dinosaurs could eat canned foods if they wanted to.
but they mostly eat humans, and I've never seen a human in a can. Though there could be a market for that. Noticing all those missiles in the background, I keep waiting for them to launch. Like in Mercs. Well, canned foods were about a can-do attitude. Which is when you get a hairdo out of a can. Like with hairspray. Hello, Big Fatty Plus. We took the liberty of taking over the stream tonight to play Dino Crisis. Wait, did we just kill a dinosaur or an alligator? Oh, I think it was a gallimimesis. Or is it pronounced gallimimesis? Mincemeat. We're doing shoutouts. Streams are so very easy to hack these days. Nemesis. From Resident Evil 3. Who knew that it took place in the same universe as Dino Crisis? Wonder if the developers knew. Oh dear, keep getting caught between those same two Deinonychus. Good thing Regina stored up lots of herbs. I read that there's a brontosaurus boss that can keep eating the herbs and keep regaining health, but maybe that's in a different game in the series. I think they made at least 7. Super Pang. Isn't that movie with Jonah Hill? Maybe this ROM hack was released as a tie-in. That's what I get for not buying the official version. Still, lots of fun to be had with ROM hacks. How can the movement of these dinosaurs seem so erratic? You never know where one's going to go next. It's like it's completely random. But maybe dinosaurs were completely random. Hooray! We cleared Europe of the dinosaurs. Oh wait, that was Asia. They look so similar. Oh no, your eyelids are gaining weight. Well, I hope it's not because there are slugs crawling on them. That can be awkward. But have a wonderful night, Moosey Fate. Thank you for coming to hang out for Dino Crisis. Not to be confused with Time Crisis. Common mistake. Uh-oh. My pleasure. We love crises around here. 1 second left. Yes, crisis. Sleep of reason. Wait a second, that can't be right. Ooh, we got lucky there. Oh no, the synchronized Pteranodons escaped. They're going to be back. What did I tell you, chat? I think that's Dracula's castle in the background. Wonder if Dino Crisis and Castlevania share the same game universe. Only one way to find out, and that's by reading the manual. Well, speaking of shared game worlds, does anybody remember the fighter plane from 1942? Well, spoiler alert, that plane is actually Regina's brother. That wouldn't be revealed until Dino Crisis 6, though. At least they keep the characters interesting. I'm surprised we haven't seen more cutscenes, though. Hey, we got an extra doll. What is it? I think... Well, she looks to me to be about 20, but according to the game manual, she's actually 32. In the first game, she was only 16. There was a bit of a time jump. Well, these games officially have time travel. I mean, how else would you get dinosaurs in the present day? Well, that's how her brother, the fighter plane, ended up fighting in World War II. Surely you guys don't think Regina looks old enough to be fighting in World War II? Just look at her. We've established she is a specter. And maybe dead people don't age the same way that living people do. I'm not sure what building that is in the background. But it could be the Beverly Hills Library. Oh dear. Maybe we can turn the pepper to our advantage yet. To keep a cool head when you're fighting these cold-blooded reptiles. Those are some high bouncing dinosaurs. Maybe they're the ones that evolved into kangaroos. Interesting. Those look like boats. I didn't know there was a lake by the Beverly Hills Library. Well, perhaps the game is taking artistic license. Regina gets in the boat. Oh, it's one of those airplane boats. And flies to Mongolia. I'd recognize that castle anywhere. A slight interpretation of the Beverly Hills Library. Well, I hope Beverly Hills knows that. It seems funny that some of those dinosaurs naturally formed into hexagon shapes, but sometimes hexagons occur in nature. Ever seen the Giants cosplay in Ireland? Perfectly hexagonal stones. Would make more sense if this were set in Spain, because you ever seen a Spanish tumbler? Hexagon. Hey, Wire Brain. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Dino Crisis. Look at all the dinos. One of the forgotten classics of survival horror. Only the Dreamcast had been a bigger success. Hope you're doing well, Wirebrain. Hope you don't have to deal with dinosaurs. Well, I know we said dinosaurs have thick skin that's resistant to bullets, and that's why we use corkscrews. But this is a laser shotgun. After all, Dino Crisis is technically science fiction. Oh. A tiny little dinosaur with the teeth snuck up and got me. Oh, it's a very addictive game. Not easy, but who wants survival horror to be too easy? Oh, now we're flying to Belgium. See, there's the Taj Mahal. Can't have dinosaurs in Belgium, though. They'd eat all the waffles. We collected another one of those Kewpie dolls. Regina must have quite the collection by now. Just goes to show, peppers and ice cream don't mix. Welcome in, Freebie. How are you today? We're playing DINO CRISIS. Purblind Gamer has a night off. Well, I sort of took his stream away. He's probably still playing Killing Time and wondering why nobody's chatting. But you know Purblind. Drat. Ooh, you had a friend with a Dreamcast? Nice. Did you get to play some of the wonderful horror games they had on there? We never had a Dreamcast either. I had a Sega Genesis, and then Purblind Gamer figured, well, the graphics can't possibly look that much better on another Sega system. Ooh, Primal Rage. A home port, I assume. Just when things are looking hopeless, a pepper comes to the rescue. There, we cleared all the ice away from the Taj Mahal. Oh, and now we get to fly to New Jersey. I didn't think that was in Asia. One of the best tunes in the history of video games. This music was composed by Tommy Tallarico, who later became famous for Roblox. Dinosaurs are trying to take over New York, and that's why Regina is trying to head them off at the New Jersey Bridge. heavily reliant on the alligators to help eat the dinosaurs trapped in the walls. Oh, you guys still have a video game store that's not GameStop, I trust. We need more video game stores that aren't GameStop. To be fair, some people might not agree with all the things that I say about video games, but they're just jealous. Those dinosaurs don't behave like normal. Maybe that's because they're in New York. And in New York, everyone behaves differently. Well, this game does teach you one important thing. Little dinosaurs come from big dinosaurs. For example, velociraptors come from Tyrannosaurus rexes. It should be obvious considering, well, they both have sharp teeth and claws, right? That's how it works in many species. The little ones come from the big ones. Kind of like how bobcats evolved from lions. But the bobcats don't like us to talk about that. Getting some CPU slowdown. This would never happen on the PlayStation 2. Isn't it funny how they talk about CPU slowdown and not GPU slowdown in console games of the era? That's because they had better GPUs. It almost looks like the brontosaurus is trying to climb on the bridge. He'll never make it though. That bridge was not designed with a brontosaurus in mind. We liberated Asia, including New Jersey. Go to next world, Australia. Yes, CPU slowdown was a real problem. A lot of modern consoles, like the Nintendo Switch, don't even have CPUs. That's why you can't run Time Crisis on the Switch yet. Those Pteranodons are cramping my style. These tight corridors. You can really see the influence that Resident Evil had on Dino Crisis, chat. Like that part in Resident Evil 2 where you try to sneak past the lickers. It's the same principle, just more reptilian. Oh, cacodemons have stun damage. Oh, you were trying to watch Alice in Wonderland today and fell asleep. Sounds like it probably wasn't the best adaptation. Wasn't by any chance the Jean Cocteau Alice in Wonderland, was it? I never cared for that one. But I've heard it's a lot better in the original Italian. Looks like I've heard the dialogue for Dino Crisis is better in the original Spanish. Well, I mean, listen to this dialogue. Oh, the Disney Alice in Wonderland. I didn't know that Scarlett Johansson was around in the 1960s. Well, it's cool that she got to work with Ed Wynn. He's a superstar. Well, I suppose that Scarlett can hold her own. She was pretty good in Clue. The 80s version. The 2000s version, I could take or leave. We lost our laser shotgun. Done for now, chat. I know something I'll never understand. How somebody can be named Scarlet and not have red hair. Ooh. The Wild West. Fortunately, there will be less civilian casualties from the dinosaurs now, chat. It was all getting a little bit violent. Is that a volcano in the background? Volcanic eruption would put an end to our dinosaur problems. Oh yeah, I guess we are still in Australia. The Wild West of Australia. Hey, there can be a West in every country. Well, except maybe China, because it's the East. Dragon of the West 412, so lovely to see you. Oh, We took the liberty of borrowing Purbline's stream from him. He still thinks he's playing Killing Time, and probably is wondering why chat's so quiet tonight. Oh no, Purblind, as clueless as they come. He can't even tell when girls are hitting on him. You guys should watch Dragon of the West stream. He's always very pleasant and supportive when Purblind Gamer tells me to shut the fuck up, which is rather often. Nighttime in Australia. Australia had some really big volcanoes. I think it was Regina's plan to lead the dinosaurs here and throw them in. She just didn't anticipate how many dinosaurs there were. What have you been playing most recently, Dragon of the West? Metal Slug? We like Metal Slug. Oh, we prefer Metal Mosquito. More of those high-bouncing dinosaurs that evolved into kangaroos. Makes sense considering we're still in Australia. Oh, I wish I could remember what those dinosaurs were called. Oh shoot. Now approaching the ruins of Easter Island. Look, there's a dinosaur egg in the center. Looks just like in Toki going ape spit. A nice latte. Not the most traditional health item in a survival horror game, but we take what we can get, chat. always wondered if that was a bug. When you die, the hexagonal dinosaurs keep spinning. But I do die a lot. I've heard there are some people who can clear this game on one ink ribbon, but I've never seen it done. Is it just me, or are the dinosaurs getting smarter? No, approaching. What did it say that country was? Egypt, maybe. It makes sense that Regina's able to travel the world, since her brother is a fighter plane that saw action in World War II, as we already established. He collects Kewpie dolls, that's why she keeps picking them up. It's actually a touching story, but I feel like it's not developed enough until Dino Crisis 3. Lasagna? Oh no, are we going to play a Garfield game? Well, that's the sort of thing Fluff Bomb Cheer Glimmer might pull when nobody's looking. I never can tell if this sign was supposed to say bang or pang. Well, they can't have intended for the ice to be there when they built it. Unless it was built by the evil corporation that caused the dinosaurs to come here. It's heavily implied that that time travel technology is the same one that brought Regina's brother back to World War II. Assuming that 1942, another Capcom game, takes place in World War II. That was the firstborn one. The block calligraphy reminds you of... Did you say blip and block? That violent run and gun we can't get working on Windows 10? I'm pretty sure you mean Boppin', that violent puzzle game you can get working in DOS. Bubble Blip. Oh, where the two little dinosaurs blow bubbles to kill... What are those things? Clockwork toys? Possess bowls of granola? Sometimes it's hard to tell what you're fighting in these Japanese games. At least in Dino Crisis, it's always nice and straightforward. Blopple Blip. Bip Bop. Bibimbop. I could go for some beef and bop. That has beef in it, doesn't it? Lions like beef. Just blip rather than blop. Or bip rather than bop. It's kind of like that famous pianist, Bip Torn. I was lucky enough to see him in concert years back. I believe that was in Carnegie Hall, which is in Montreal. At least we're doing okay time-wise. That's because those missiles we saw a few levels back never got launched. That only happens in New Game Plus mode, unless you screw up really badly. Oh, you're off to bed. Thank you, Big Fatty Plus. Well, who never knows, Fluff Bomb Cheer Glimmer might return next year. There have been whisperings. Oh no, we lost a Kewpie doll. Yes, dinosaurs curating treasure just like at museums. I mean, it's no coincidence that dragons are descended from dinosaurs, and we know how much treasure dragons like to hoard. No offense to present company. Dinosaur eggs. Hey, look, Chad, it's Niagara Falls. We must be in Honduras now. Goodness for those ceiling corkscrews. Was that a lobster we just ate? Oh, I have nothing against lobster. dinosaurs lurking in that room, chat. Regina only has a slim chance. Oh dear. Last level, chat. The military compound. It's quite a plot twist that General Otome was behind the dinosaurs all along. Double T-Rexes. What a final boss. Fun fact. That medic who just died, that was actually Jeff Goldblum. You see, he starred in a movie about dinosaurs, so they tried to get him in the game, and was really lucky that they did. He was a highly paid actor when Dino Crisis 2 was made. No, shooting that T-Rex first is pretty much instant death. Alarm clocks are much nicer in Dino Crisis than they are in real life. Wait, whose side are these cacodemons on? Oops. I'm running pretty low on first aid spray, chat. If we don't defeat these T-Rexes pretty soon, we may find ourselves in an impossible position. I would hate to restart the game. It's ironic that I end up losing more lives to the Allosaurus than the T-Rex. Wonder if if you only fight the T-Rexes when you play this game on the easier difficulty. I've never tried it because that's not the way we roll. Ooh, if I'd just gotten that riot shield. They're marching the moon across the lunar bridge. Sounds like one of those April Fool's Day jokes. There hasn't been a moon launch since... Well, it depends on who you believe. I know Iceland claimed they did a moon launch in 2016, but can you really trust Iceland? Wow. We did it, chat. We beat the Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and we beat the game. Wow. And that was Dino Crisis 2. A classic if ever there was one. I have to say, I think that General Otome's death was pretty fitting. Well, I know the way they brought him back in Dino Crisis 5. I'm sorry, was that a spoiler? Well, that's okay, we probably won't play Dino Crisis 5. I really didn't like the NPC mechanic in that one. Besides, that one didn't even come out on the Dreamcast. I think that before I leave, we should take a look at one more game. We all know that Purblind Gamer is kind of prudish, so he would never play this game. Yes, it's Astro Tit, one of the erotic DOS space shooters about squirrels or hamsters peeing in the water supply and turning people into zombies, and then I think, well, I'm not quite sure how you get to using the floating penis to shoot breasts in space, but you can't say that these DOS games weren't creative. Fun fact, Dino Crisis 1 was actually first released on DOS, before it became a Sega exclusive, due to supply chain issues and an angry developer. Oh, thank you for the contribution, Dragon of the West. I won't have to take mushrooms and marijuana and alcohol at the same time. Silly Purblind Gamer will, and it will probably do him some good. Now let me just boot up Astro Tit. Hey, what's happening?
I have sat by and suffered this foolishness for far too long. However, while it may be said that Cthulhu is a tolerable sort of chap in his own way, haven't wiped out the human race quite yet, this Dinosaur Crisis series is really taking it too far.
I personally found the ending to be a bit of a letdown, and I personally find that lion to prattle on entirely too much. On that note, I think this is entirely enough of a stream for tonight. I'm going to put an end to this, and we're going to take this stream elsewhere. And if you don't like it, well then, you can very well lump it, because I'm Cthulhu. And I'm not the sort one argues with. Well, many have tried, to their own peril. Your friend is doing retro variety. And who, pray tell, is this friend of yours, Dragon? Deathblow 1971. Good lord, that sounds like an action movie. Is it Charles Bronson? Is Charles Bronson streaming on Twitch? Well, not the strangest thing I've seen. Well, it's either we end this nonsense now or we go back to Purblind Gamer and his little killing time. And I can assure you that's going to be there next week. Fire truck crisis. All the trucks are on fire. Yes, I'm quite partial to fire myself. Fire can be put to great use. Trucks have hard shells so they can withstand the fire. Which of course is why they have those flaming armadillos who were setting fire to all those buildings and causing wildfires down in New Mexico a few years ago. People say that I am vicious. Mother Nature's the truly vicious one. Well, that's quite enough of that. We're going to go say hi to Deathblow 1971, otherwise known as Charles Bronson. You may remember him from The Deadly Dozen. Yes, classic PC shooter. Came out in the 1960s. Also starred Richard Jackal, who some people say was the inspiration for Anubis, but I believe there were earlier inspirations for Anubis. The Doctor Who serial, for instance. Anyhow, been quite pleasant to have you all here. I don't think we'll have any further trouble from hackers. So let sporting nouveau riche Cthulhu be the one to bid you all good night.
And I'll see you again soon, chat.